What's up, guys? It's Daily Dads. Brand new. Brand new, we're doing all this. Dom, I see you. Oh, goodness gracious. But how do I get you in there, buddy? Now I don't see you. You got Blaze coming in? Blaze, help me out. How do we get everyone in here? Now we're here. Look, Daily Dads, we got something across the screen to look professional? I don't even know. I'm in a basement. It looks like I'm kidnapped. I'm not, I promise you. But how do we get you guys in here? You gotta do this? Gotta do this? We're figuring it out. Until then, let's talk about how special eggs are. Eggs are natural protein. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you. Guys, how do I get you in here? Oh, goodness gracious. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You see Paul over there in the chat. Guys, why is this not something we can get you in here for? I'm very confused. I might give you guys a call. What's up, BroFit? I see you over there. Man, StreamYard's working so good for all the things that are less important right now. Oh, wait.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Wait, hold on. Hey, what's going on? All right, sorry, guys.
It's all right.
What's up, boys?
You know what? Okay, Dom, this was the thing. Yesterday, there was a big button over your face that said just add to stage. I know how to click into it. What's up, Dylan Ray Turner? What's up, boys?
That was a pretty terrifying scene with you just in the basement.
This is it. This is what northeastern Pennsylvania gets to bring you.
Nice.
We'll get some lights in here. All right, StreamYard, guys. You were where? In northeastern Pennsylvania?
Yeah, when I was driving from Philly to Rochester, I drove by Mount Pocono, and I'm like, oh, I should just hide out for a couple of days in Ryan's house.
Nice. Well, this is where we are. We got Colorado, we got New York, we got California.
What's up? What's up?
New software day.
Well,
hey, Kristen.
Jeff.
You want to come say hi? Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hey, Kristen.
Come on.
Morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, Blaze. Lead us off. Are you with your mom?
No, I'm on my way to get her. But guys, I got to tell you something. So I'm not reading.
You're not what?
I'm not reading it anymore. I lost it.
Okay. Okay. Got it, man.
So
what happened?
I decided to listen to it. I had some Audible credits, and Ryan Holiday actually narrates it. And I think that I already enjoyed listening to it more than reading it, because you get to hear, like, you know, his pronunciations and what maybe I feel he's focusing on more. So I wanted to share that, you know, I just had a big life change today.
Oh, nice. I could have told you he narrates all his books, but yeah, they are really good. I like them too.
If you also go on to, if you get the daily newsletter from Ryan Holiday, I believe you also get to click into the podcast and he reads it there. No?
On the podcast, he does something completely different. He doesn't read from the book. He just does it. He does a daily podcast, but it's different for some reason. And so is the email, which is weird. He does like 3 different daily things.
Yeah.
It's the truth. But there was like something where I like went back in, because I also saw I like thought the same thing, and then all of a sudden he like read verbatim like one of his pages. So
you're right. Every couple of days on the podcast, he does read from
hold on. Sorry. My audio just went out. What you just said? What?
I said I take that back. You're right. Every couple of days.
Hold on.
Oh, you dick.
I'm listening.
I didn't need that. That was just a moment.
You just wanted to hear me say he's right a couple of times.
I'm looking for a chair. There's no like chairs down here.
No, I like it when you stand up next to the water heater like a superhero.
All right. Anyway.
Kind of feel like I'm in a beatdown video.
No, I'm in the Pocono house. Look, this is my. I'll sit here, I guess. Ugh, that's my kayak that I bought and I used one time 3 years ago.
Nice. Sit
So
in the kayak.
I think I'm gonna have to get that. Okay, well now I just feel like I have to live up to everything you asked me to do. So I'll do it. Cool. Damn, it looks like I could totally kidnap someone. Look, it looks like I'm
I
listening to
thought,
Dexter over here.
I
This is
thought
great.
Blaze was gonna say that his mom missed her flight, and I was just gonna die on the floor laughing.
That's funny.
All right, I'm not gonna do that. How was your mom though? She's coming to help you guys, or you're just hanging out with her, or what?
Yeah, they moved here. They closed on a house yesterday. Probably, I mean, they didn't close.
Oh,
Today. Probably won't close for a month. Like all 3 kids are home today, and so we have Louisa. But having the 3 kids all together, like I've talked about it before, they make like a Megazord of terror, and any help is appreciated.
I mean that photo you sent us the other day of in a restaurant or something, and you have each one at a different table.
If you guys don't know, parenting solo, I like my kids to sit by themselves when they eat. I like to go to restaurants. So we went got pizza at Wegmans. They all sat at a different. I'll share the picture, but I had them all because then they're knocking each other's cups over. They're fighting over stuff, and I'm like, then it's just me. Like I'm like a waiter. It's like me playing waiter. How I look at it. So.
Oh, man.
Can I say something about that picture that you ended up sending? So if I are you okay with me talking about it? Because I thought it was pretty epic, and I think that it's important. You okay, Blaze? Did you just turn over? Did your car just roll over? So Blaze basically goes on this whole thing telling us about his trip back from Texas, and then he gets to Philadelphia, and he has to drive a few hours, and we're just going back and forth about like, oh yeah, it's a lot. It's really challenging to just kind of be with kids that whole time, and you love your kids, whatever. But Blaze made a joke at one point throughout there. He's like, "Is it okay if I go to a restaurant and just like ask for separate tables, basically?" And it was funny. And then Blaze, maybe like a couple hours later, maybe it was the next day, he sent us sent us a picture of like a restaurant that no one else was there, so it's pretty empty. But all of his kids were sitting at a separate table, and the picture he sent just spoke so directly to exactly how he was feeling. And it was amazing to see. And what I loved about it was this. This was my favorite thing about the picture, is that I think he sent it to both Dom and I so confidently to be like, look what I did. And I know that Dom and I were like, yeah, buddy. But at the same time, I think that in a different environment, someone would be like, wow, like, why would you do that? Like, I love the fact that Blaze, you sent that, because it gave me all of the power to do it for my kids next time, which I think I'm going to do. But thank you for the idea. I love that you shared it, and you made me a better dad for seeing what you did in that restaurant.
Oh, thanks, man. And I want to say, I think that eating together and sitting at the same table is very important. And but I think it really actually feeds in today a little bit, because it's all about the right environment. And I won't dive into it too deep, but like Ryan Holiday was talking about, like sometimes teams have to go to all these different teams and have the right supporting cast and everything. And it's like, if like my wife's there and I'm there and the food's all ready and it's ready to go and we're spread out on like a table, like that's great. That's a great environment for the family to eat together. But when we're all smashed together on a booth and people keep going, like you guys know table diving, they dive under the table. You don't know whose hand is like touching your foot, and then it's horrible. So there you go.
Thanks, man. I think sometimes we feel like we're forced to always eat together at a table, but sometimes we just don't have the energy.
That's right.
Wait, what else? What else about today? What did you listen to? You want to wait? We didn't do gratitude. Did we? No, we didn't.
Your brother did in the chat, and Nate did as well.
I see.
First one.
Jay, you want to lead off gratitude? Go for it, Jay.
Sorry, I was talking over you. Say it again.
Oh, go ahead and let us know about your gratitude. Read it. You're here.
Two quick grats. One, I got soccer practice with my daughter 2 times a week. She's at the age where it's like competitive now. And me and the other coach who are like similar coaching styles. He's actually a bit more organized than I am, but we get to play with him. I really like that. That's fun. We can kind of up the game a bit, turn the heat on. I like that. I'm thankful for that experience. Second one is for Dom. Dom Ryan got in touch with me yesterday, said that you appreciated me sharing my morning struggles. And I'm glad that me opening up with that, you found some value in that. So I appreciate you saying that.
Oh man,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I finally got out of my car and went on the beach, and like I told Ryan in the text, and I'll share with everyone, but just you sitting there saying that you were struggling, like I was kind of feeling the same way too. So I think I shared that, and then I just did it. I just went out, and it was good. It felt good walking in the sand, in the water, did some push-ups, read my book out, read the rest of my chapter out there. So it was good. I haven't done it in a while, and it felt good. So yeah, I wanted to send some thanks your way, and I figured Ryan would forward it to you quickly. But yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, much love.
I want to share a just so I don't forget about it. But I was listening to on my walk this morning. It was a really good conversation. I brought her up before, but just to make sure, because I think this is something. And Dom, I know that you say this sometimes. You end up, you're like, I don't. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you guys get a little sensitive, and not in a negative way. I just know that it's like we could always be a little bit less in some kind of way. That's all sounding negative. It's not what I wanted. Anyway, I shouldn't have said any of that. But what I meant by this was the fact that if you guys are familiar with Dr. Elisa Pressman, she has a podcast. It is Raising Good Humans, but she had a really good one. I think it was released this morning. It was new. But Raising Good Humans is a podcast that she does, and she recently had the Surgeon General on, Dr. Murthy, Vivek Murthy, and it was all about him talking about how the not the guidelines so much, but I think that the overall idea of how he's going about looking at health just within our society, how he's looking at parents and putting parents really on a pedestal, and how it really is a team sport is kind of how he put it here. But talking about, I won't try and paraphrase too much, just because he goes into this whole thing about how, parenting is definitely different than it was 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, and that we have to be sharing these struggles and all that kind of stuff too. And I thought it was just a good reinforcement. Not that we don't know it, but I think it's something that we have to kind of bring in here. So it was talking exactly what Jason did and what Dom had shared back. So it was really cool. I'll share that a little bit later. It'll be good, but take a listen to it. That can be some homework for anybody. Anyway, sorry about that. No, I'm apologizing. I don't even know why. Dom, what's up? What's with gratitude?
Sorry, I just got kind of like hit a little by Craig's message. It says that his
oh, so sorry.
They're turning off his wife's life support tomorrow. So, yeah, that's rough. I'm sorry, Craig.
Greg.
Love you, man. I love that you shared this story with it.
Oh, wait, what? Now he wrote not my ex-wife.
I've even said your ex-wife before, so maybe just separated, and so it is your wife. And just give us a thumbs up on that. We can definitely know. But Craig, thank you so much for sharing that. You've definitely shared that journey. Are you spending time with your kids right now? I think he is. He has been, and kind of talking all about that. One of the best grandfathers that I know.
It's my best friend's mom. Oh, sorry, Craig. I read that wrong then. Ooh,
Okay,
buddy. All right. Still another person in your life, so.
Oh, got it. I see, Craig. Yeah, another person in your life, right? Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, that's definitely going to bring up a lot of gratitude. I know that I'm with my parents right now up here at the Poconos, and I think the one thing that kind of hits me too is, it's not death so much, but it definitely is something about everyone's getting older, and I feel that, seeing my parents aging and you know, I think my dad ages gracefully, but he also doesn't care in moments where it doesn't look so graceful. By that, like he's like, it was funny. He, I went to give him a hug, and I saw a rope tied around his waist. And I said, "Dad, you need a belt?" He's like, "Ah, I forgot my belt at home." And he said, "Yeah, just, went downstairs and grabbed a rope and tied it around my waist because I don't care anymore." I was like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, kind of looks like a hillbilly." I was like, "Yeah, it looks like you're gonna lead us to some moonshine right now, Dad." And and so it's a reminder, I think, to watch them aging. I think when I say graceful, I think we think about like in retirement and having all this retirement money and then just like, riding off into like the sunset and all these kind of things. But, age and death and all these things really kind of come up. And it's this almost beautiful kind of thing because I think it brings out a different person in everyone, the person that's listening, the person that's sharing, the parent becomes almost the person that wants to learn more about you. When you were a kid, you were always like your ears were always open to them. It's just this beautiful dynamic of certain things. And even when these really hard moments come up, Craig, your best friend's mom, and it definitely makes you not just appreciate certain things, but it definitely makes you think about how life is, as we're getting older right now, it just completely turns everything on a head, and you just all of a sudden you are learning something new about yourself, which I think is just so special. So, and I think Blaze has a lot coming up with his parents moving over by him. He shared a lot there. I can't wait to hear those stories, which is going to be great.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
You shared that. Oh no, my dad. I need to share it with you guys. My dad shared me this video where some researcher was talking about how when grandparents live in close proximity to their grandchildren, they're happier, they have more joy, they live longer, they recover from illness quicker. And I thought that was so cool that that's going to block that for my parents. So I thought that was like really, really cool. And I know that not everyone can do that with people moving around. So just that's the gratitude and what I was thinking of today. I got to get my mom.
go get your mom.
All right. We're good.
Gratitude. I'm here with my parents right now, and you know what? I think I'm loving even more that my girls are. They just saw all my in-laws recently at the beach. We're up here right now with my parents, and they're hanging out with them, and just such a special thing watching them kind of take in everybody's personality and seeing some things that actually overlap. Okay, guys, want to jump in here? Jason, did you do some reading? Jason, you're always so thoughtful. You always have these notes set up. You're good to go. I'm like ready for there to be a PowerPoint presentation or like some art piece that you created to explain the reading for today. You're an impressive guy, man.
Oh, I'm glad it comes off like that. I'm actually just finishing the reading, and I wrote one sentence in my journal in that time.
Today wasn't the day to highlight that.
I'm being honest.
Say,
this is actually kind of topical for me. Talking about this is what it takes to thrive and how we all struggle. Perhaps we just haven't found the right environment. Going through my school email here and just got a email from my AP about a student who really struggles. It's actually the student that I've been thinking about the most over the summer. Not an easy life, and he's transferring out to another educational environment where I hope, even though he's been the source of many frustrations last year, I do hope he finds success there. So if we go a little bit deeper, just to describe it. Also, I always appreciate hearing Malcolm Gladwell's name. I really enjoy his stuff and his writing. He's talking about multi-million-dollar basketball players, top of the game. Sometimes they have to switch around coaches because sometimes that particular coach isn't the best fit for the team. And then also sometimes coaches bounce around between teams. Sometimes they don't really have a good season. Maybe they're not connecting with the players. And all of a sudden they find the right team and everybody's successful. So I like how it highlights the process of finding success or comfort or victory. I would say out of the past few days, I like this meditation. I connect with it the most. So that's my TED Talk.
Toilet. I concur. I absolutely love this one. When we lived in Boston, my son wasn't doing really good in school, and I was really worried about him, and I didn't know what to do. And then when we moved to New York and switched schools, he just like flourished and was like a new kid. And I just thought how crazy it was, just like changing the environment can grow someone in a completely different way. I love that, hearing it from the teacher perspective as well.
Tom, what are your thoughts on Malcolm Gladwell?
I've heard the name a lot, but I haven't actually dove into his stuff. But I know Ryan Holiday is a big fan, and they share a lot of stuff together. But I actually haven't gone into his books. But as far as the reading, I've always just felt that my kids will kind of thrive wherever we end up or wherever we put them. They just are very resilient and adaptive, kids in general, not necessarily my kids. And so my job is just always making sure that like the house is a safe place, and that, we as parents are, doing whatever we can for them. Cause like, going through COVID and distance learning in our small 1,000 square foot house, and then after that finally getting to go back to school, but that's when we moved, so they all completely changed schools. I mean, they all hit the ground running really well. I was very surprised. I was worried because my oldest, like, she didn't even really get to go to middle school. Like, COVID was 6th and 7th grade for her, so she did 6th and 7th grade distance learning in our old town, and then we moved and she started 8th grade at a brand new school with brand new kids, and she was golden. Like, she was fine. And it shocked me because I was really concerned. And maybe that's kind of what this is. It's like, this is a different, better environment for her. Yeah. And she's doing good in high school so far too. So, they're impressive little things, children. When you give them whatever it is that we've been giving them, they surprise you at every turn.
I think about the kind of things to look out for, especially at these ages. I know that, here in, not here, but in New York, you have a lot of options for schools, and I don't know, I get really nervous when I'm thinking about the environments that they can get put into. Like, I know my oldest daughter, who absorbs so many things because she's so emotional. We had a decision whether we can send her across the street to school, which is like such an amazing thing for us. Like, we're so grateful for that. But definitely, what's up, Junie? And then, that school has a completely different environment. It's very diverse. It's incredibly, it's more emotionally driven. It's more of what's the word I'm looking for? I always get this, and Brofit jumps in my head, and then I just say Norway, and then I think Nordic, and that's not the thought. Scandinavian. It's a very Scandinavian way of teaching. And then there's another school like up the street that is completely not that. And it's like very much you're going to sit in your desk. We're here for 5 hours. You're going to learn. And it's just very academic focused. And so I'm like, look, like the kid next door is going to that school. My daughter here is going to that school. And I always get so curious, like what they're absorbing. And like, we had a decision to make. And I think I'm always nervous that I haven't listened enough and, put her in the right spot, and we should just transition over there. But I think it's everything that we're doing in the home versus letting the environment or a coach in this case really affect certain things. But man, what a moment of transitions there. So we got PR in the chat over here. PR, you are burning at both ends, buddy. It's nice to see you in the morning and the evening.
I love that we all got
What's
to
up, Blaze?
share on this one. I love that we all got to share on this one this morning because I feel like sometimes there's just a lot to talk about, but we all got to carve it out. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Can I introduce you guys to somebody?
Of course.
This is my mom.
Hey everyone.
It's Mama
How are ya?
Blaze.
Just moved to New York.
That's awesome.
Mom, you have to share some gratitude. Can you share some
Oh,
gratitude?
so I'm really grateful to have closed on our house and bought a new house. Signed the papers yesterday, so now we're New Yorkers from
Well,
Ohio.
welcome. That's
Welcome
exciting.
to New York.
We just wanted to be by the grandkids. They're sick. And,
What about me? What
oh,
about me?
yeah. And my other son, really exciting
Thank you. Guest appearance.
guest appearance.
Where'd they move from, Blaze?
Well,
Thanks, guys, for
my
letting me
morning is
introduce my mom.
better.
Ohio.
Okay.
Akron, Ohio.
That's awesome. That's the dream right there, being able to move to wherever the grandkids are.
Yes.
Sure.
Maybe you'll be a great grandma one
All right,
day.
boys.
Oh my gosh. That's,
Whoa.
All right.
All right,
We have
so
we have 3 minutes
decided-
left. Want to make sure we're keeping to these boundaries. Yeah. What's the takeaway, Blaze? Want to leave us with a thought or an assignment, a takeaway?
So I think about like the stoicism piece today. It's like, what can you control and what can't you control? And it's not always realistic to, like, if your kid's struggling, like, I'm going to switch schools, I'm going to move, I'm going to change all their friends, I'm going to change their phone and all this stuff. But so like, what can you control in that environment? Like, is it a different sport? Is it a different after school activity? So I think I'm going to be really thoughtful today as we're getting ready for the fall. Cause like, do I sign my kids up for soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, swimming, yoga? Do they have more home days? When do they do aftercare? When do they come home on the bus? So I think I'm just gonna be really thoughtful about what's the best environment for them to be happy, have joy, but also grow. So I think this assignment today, especially with a lot of kids have started school recently, or my kids are starting school next Thursday. So that's, I think, a great assignment going into the weekend.
Good stuff. Hey, Junie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is the horse of the day?
I would say probably a Frisian.
A Frisian?
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, everybody look up a Frisian, understand what a Frisian horse is, and do I just look like a big upside down thumb? I keep putting up upside down thumbs right now. I don't understand why. All right, Frisian horses. We're all gonna look at some Frisian horses and bring what we learned back to the chat. All right, that's what we can do. But guys, any last words? Anything else?
I got one. This is I'm offering some gratitude to the entire group here. Looks like there's 8 of us here. I'll do this a few days so you get more people. Ryan, you mentioned that I do art. My side business is I do pet portraits, and
That's awesome.
I've been very fortunate to have a good stream of new clients this week that I don't know. They're not friends or family, and I'm really thankful for that. So I just dropped my email in the chat. Send me a picture of your pet. Any pet will do. And I'll choose one at random. I'll do a little slideshow so I can do it faithfully, randomly. And in the next month or so, you'll get an awesome portrait of your pet.
Quick, go get one of your portraits and hold it up. Let me see really quick. We get it.
Here's one that's in process. So this one's in process right here. That's about half done.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I've been doing that for a few years, and I think I'm kind of hitting my stride with it.
Dang.
That's been a fun little creative meditation, and I'd love to share with you guys. So send me any animal that you own and has a name, and I'll make one. It might even be painted on something that's not a canvas.
Yeah. And if you happen to have an animal without a name, what the hell's wrong with you? So just send Jason any of your pets. That's really cool, Jason. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah. I don't know how to send things
Okay.
internationally, so that'll be part of the process, is learning how to do that.
Well, you want to say hi really quick because we're going to go. All right. There's Sonny.
Hey,
There's Junie over there.
I want to say hi.
You're saying hi really quick. There you go.
Hey,
So many
Sloaney.
kids. All right, guys, it's 30 minutes in. We are 1 minute past the hour. We love you all. We hope that your mugs stay filled with coffee and your hearts with gratitude. And Junie. Okay, look up a Frasian, Sloan. Frasian horse, okay? All right, peeps. See you later. Love you. Bye.